Howdy. You know what? I've been thinking about getting old lately. I know that's surprising to look at me, that you might think that I would ever think about getting old. I don't look a day over 65. But I have been thinking about it. And I ran across a line by C.S. Lewis that I thought really encapsulated how I feel sometimes. And he said in a letter to children, you see, I don't think age matters so much as people think. Parts of me are still 12, and I think other parts were already 50 when I was 12. I feel inside like I'm 21, 25, but my body is not agreeing with that any longer. And the Bible has very little to say about getting old and how to deal with aging and all of that. And part of the reason for that, I think, is because people simply didn't live as long. I mean, the life expectancy of an average Roman citizen during the time of Paul was 33 years old. That's the age that Jesus died. What we think of as a young man. Now, most people died when they were very young. Infant mortality was 50%. There are all kinds of ways to die in Rome. Famine, war, pestilence, just plain accidents. Like my father used to love to quote, life in those times was nasty, short, brutish, and cheap. But today, in the U.S., the life expectancy of a person is 79 years old. My mother is about 90. It is said that we could reasonably expect to live to about 120. So we're living much longer than the people that lived in the Bible lived. And we are very well acquainted with the fact that aging is about loss. It's about loss of function. It's about loss of ability. It's about loss of the physical. I remember the first day I knew I was getting old. I remember that day very clearly because I was running around in circles chasing some guy, and suddenly I couldn't run as fast. My leg gave out. Never had before. And that was the day that I first realized, aging is for real. And that was when I was 40. Now, I think about it all the time. Every time I look in the mirror, I see a new thing to be going about, right? I mean, that's the thing. But there are people, and I'm wanting to be one of them, who are more joyous and more lively and more vibrant than anybody around them. There's a lady in particular I'm thinking of, only has one leg, but a more vital person you will never meet. So how do you get there, right? Well, the poet William Butler Yeats said this: an aged man is but a paltry thing, a tattered coat upon a stick, unless soul clap its hands and sing and louder sing for every tatter in its mortal dress. You are lucky. I am lucky. I have lived twice as long as Jesus Christ or any other normal Roman citizen. If I'm here to complain about my aches and pains, I am lucky to be able to do so. Am I going to live in that is the question. Another poet said, he not busy being born is busy dying. So what are you going to do? Matthew chapter 5, just after the Beatitudes, Jesus says this: you are the salt of the earth. You are the light of the world. A town built upon a hill cannot be hidden. Neither do people light a lamp and put it under a bowl. Instead, they put it on its stand, and it gives light to everyone in the house. You, whatever age you are, whether 10 or 100, can be a light to the world. There is a gift that you have. There is an undiscovered talent that you possess. There is something that you can give to be a light. There is something in you, because that is who you are. The thing inside of you is not this thing. This thing just carries us around for a little while. What is inside you is a being of power and of love and of self-control. Jesus said at what point to his disciples, "You do not know what manner of spirit you are." Jesus was here to tell us that we are much more, however we are made up right now, than what we think. If we start living into that reality, we cannot stop the fact that growing old is part of the process. And maybe part of the process, part of the reason for that process, is to remind us that life is temporary, here, physically, and that we need to let go of things. Because at one point we're going to let go of this earth and go on. And maybe this is good practice for that. So be a joy to the world. God bless you all.